Greetings, Grey Witch here. So you have decided to try your hand at nip farming. That's pretty awesome. Now, with the right materials and a little hard work, you will have a farm that will pay out millions of units, and it requires no maintenance or refueling, and it pays out every 4 hours. So you will need a couple of things. You will need nip buds and facium. The nip buds are pretty easy to get. You can buy those from Outlaw Systems. The same with the facium, but there are other ways to get it and to increase its availability. So, one of the ways is you create food pellets and you feed creatures, and then you wait for them to use the restroom, and then you collect it. It's kind of scientific and farm-like to start with, and that's one way of doing it. Now, I would recommend if you do use this way, you will want to try to find animals that are like sheep or deer, some type of herd animal, and then feed a bunch of them and then just collect it all at one time. But with a warning, if you do feed a bunch of these animals, you will also bring in predators. They'll start circling around, and eventually they'll just take you as one of the creatures that they're trying to hunt. And it would be a shame for you to be collecting all this material and to all of a sudden be on a black screen and reading a quote and then having to return to your grave. It's kind of a bummer. It's happened. I know from experience. So don't feed too many of them. Just try to keep it around 3 or 4 like that. Just keep feeding those same ones, even if the temptation arrives to where you can feed like 20 of them, stuff like that, because you're just going to bring predators in, and that's no fun. Unless you want to shoot them and stuff like that, then, who am I to tell you what to do? But there you go. You've collected your facium, and now you can plant some plants. Now, like I said before, another way to get the facium is to come to an Outlaw System, and you can buy it there. Now, it seems to be the Gex systems are the ones where you'll find more of the traders with it. And not all of the traders will carry it. You might have to go through a bunch of the guys for a few minutes and not get any, but eventually some will show up with it. And while you're there, buy as many nip buds as you can, because the Outlaw Systems are the only place where you can get this, because it's an illegal black market good. And you can buy it from these guys and from the trader sales booth area in the system. So get as much as you can. Now, once you do get some facium, you can actually refine it with oxygen to create more. And this is what I did, because I needed 20,000 units of facium for my farm. And it took a lot to get it. And just feeding animals was not going to do it. So I'm glad that this works out and you have this option for doing that. Now, getting oxygen is a little bit harder to get now, but still do it. Now, you can plant nip outside on humid and tropical planets. You could set up a whole farm like that. I'm not going with that. I'm doing more of the hydroponic system setup. So with that, you do have a couple options. You can use the single tray, which you're going to need this amount of materials plus however many you set up. I strongly recommend using the 4 tray, because that's what I've done, and I have 250 of these and needed a ridiculous amount of materials. I needed 15,000 pure ferrite, 1,000 metal plating, and 12,500 carbon. So as you can see, that right there times 250 is what I used in my farm. But my farm pays out quite well. Now you have another option for the kind of building. Now these little module kind of setup with the biodome, they're cool. I really dig it, but it's kind of, I tried to build a farm out of it and it just took forever to harvest everything, because you have these lower areas here and then you have the upper areas up here, which are awesome because you can have 16 plants right here and then you can harvest it in a second. All you have to do is just push this right here, boom, you've got all your plants. Downside is you have to build these each individual little modules here, and you can connect a bunch of them together, but then you just start getting lost inside of them. And then you have this lower space here, and you really want to use up this space, so you just plant these, and then the single ones just take time to harvest. And I can harvest a 4 almost as fast as I can do all of these in here. So I don't know. It just seems better to do it like this. Now, this is one of my buildings for my farms. In this building, I have 560 plants, and it takes me about 10 minutes to harvest every single one of these. Now in this building, I have 440 plants, and it takes between 6 and 8 minutes to do the same thing. I just go into first person, zip through it all. It takes, I mean, it goes really fast. Just go up and down each aisle, and it works really well. Now, one of the things about the Nip Nip, I did not buy 1,000 Nip Nip buds to plant this so I could redo it. I started out with 25, and I planted those 25, harvested them, replanted them into 25 more, and just kept going until I had my full farm going. Because if you try to buy 1,000 Nip Nip buds, you're going to be at a way station forever, just waiting for these guys to come in. So just farm your farm until you get it set up, and then it'll start paying out really well. And that's pretty much the short and skinny of it. You really don't need to maintain it or anything like that. Just keep it up and running, and it pays out quite well. And I'll show you right here. So let's bring this up. Come down. And for 1,084, because I had some extra ones from just setting up for the buildings, I'm getting 49 million units. And I can do this every 4 hours. And you want to take these to a 3-star system and a GEC system, because the GEC are the ones that are going to give you the best price, because it's something that they want. So remember that. And that's it. All right, well, this is Grey Witch. I hope this video helped you out, and I will see you next time. Peace!